So, Battlefront 2015 versus the Battlefront 2 from 2017. Which one is better? Well, if you've ever asked that question, you are stupid. You are a stupid person. This is a landslide decision. This is like gaming journalist tier kind of question. That's not you're bad idea. This is open and shut case, but let me dig into it. Okay, so let's just start off comparing the two of them at launch. Battlefront from 2015 starts, it's the year is 2013, not the game when, but the year's 2013. Disney buys Lucasfilm because they're gonna make a new movie, and they also buy LucasArts, the ones who used to make the Star Wars games back in the day. Then they give the sole rights to make Star Wars game to EA. Now, with that, EA, they tease this footage, they're rebooting the Battlefront franchise, and it looks sick. The game engine looks impeccable, and it still does. I'll give it that. From right here. And then we get some gameplay at like E3, and it's like, oh, it's looking good, it's fun, it's stuff, but also it's an E3 demo, so that's gonna be pretty misleading. And it turns out when the game drops in 2015, it's pretty much unfinished, and not in the sense that like Fallout 76 or Cyberpunk 2077 were unfinished. Not like it's unplayable and there's just a ton of glitches. It works fine, but there's just not a lot to do. There just really isn't. There's like, you've got the survival modes. I mean, those are fun, I guess, for a little bit, and then you've got the battle things, little battle scenarios with like heroes and not heroes. I don't know why you would play the not heroes mode. That's stupid. I'll get more into the hero combat in a second, and then you've got these little missions. I'll get this. This is one of the few things that has a leg up on Battlefront 2. These things are pretty sick because they're all unique. There's only like 6 of them or something, but you got like one where you're like one of those speeders taking down the AT-AT, or you're like on a speeder bike on Endor, and it's fun and it's cool. It's sick. And then you got the multiplayer modes. You got like 10 modes, I think. They never added any more. I don't think, anyway. I'm not 100% sure on this. But 2 of them are like the same. Like, half of them, you play it once, you get the gist of it, and it's really not that much, and that's it. And then that's pretty much the game at that point. And then you're like, also, there's only 3 heroes on the light side and dark side at launch. Only 3, so 6 in total at launch. Now, Battlefront 2 at launch. Now, this game is also unfinished because EA also forced DICE to release it earlier than they were. Not as much earlier. I mean, there was still a lot they wanted to add. First they're gonna get like some more heroes for like the prequel. Got Obi-Wan, Anakin, stuff like that. But the main thing that's the real problem with this is, of course, the loot box system. Everyone hates it. Everyone hates it. And also microtransactions. I'll get to that right after this. It's stupid. No one asks for it. No one likes it. But it's there anyway because it makes you a lot of money because you're not going to get what you actually want without, buying a lot of them until you get, a purple card once in a million times. I actually got a purple card back in the day. It was pretty sick. But that's not cool, and you also got microtransactions to like actually buy the heroes who aren't available at launch, or all their skins, or anything like that. And the progression system sucks because it's impossible to get their star cards. All that stuff. It's bad, but here's the thing: it's also not bad. Also, there were other problems, but like, the servers would lag a ton, and it would be kind of hard to find matches. Bad stuff, but when you were into it, when you could get into the actual game, good stuff. Even at the beginning, you get a good game of Galactic Assault. That is fire. That stuff is fun, man. It's just everything it should be. You gotta get the thing, and it's fast paced, and when there's no one who's completely overpowered and has 400 hours in this game at launch, or spend $2,000 or anything, it's good stuff. It's just well balanced fun for a little while. Both of these games kind of tire out kind of quickly unless you're insane like me. But you don't need to worry about that. But the point is, Battlefront 2. Now let's talk about their post-launch lifetimes. Both of them had quite the rise of sorts, except Battlefront 2015's was not as much in the slightest. Battlefront 2015 was like, they added 4 paid DLC. This was announced at launch, I believe. You could, or like someone, every 3 months you got a new DLC. First one, Outer Rim. It's like whatever, you get Jabba's Palace. It's Tatooine again. We don't really care about Tatooine. Second DLC. This one was Death Star? Or is that the third one? This might have both Death Star. Death Star less so. Death Star's pretty cool, but not as cool as Bespin. The map for Bespin is awesome. It is so good. I love it. Like in Battlefront 2, you can like kind of look down and kind of see it. That's not actually it, but it looks like it kind of. It's totally different. It's not suspended. It's just awesome, man. It's the stuff that you could do walker assault there. That was good stuff. The Death Star one. It's kind of neat because you can do like the trench run, but that's all I'll call it. It's just neat. And then Scarif, that's pretty sick. I really like this Scarif map as well. Now, this is all a lot of praise, but that's it. The game, I mean, with these features, with this more content, with all these more maps, it's it's something, but it's still not a ton, and it still has its fair problems. The hero combat sucks. It's awful. To be fair, they added 4 more heroes on both sides, so that's 8 in total plus the 6. That's 12 heroes. No, it's not. Wait. Is it 14 years? I don't know. Yes, it's 14. It's a fair bit. You got Bosk and Dengar. You both had like 1 second of screen time in Empire Strikes Back. It's all original trilogy. I don't think I mentioned that. It's a bit of a drawback, but hey, everyone likes the original trilogy, except that Return of the Jedi sucks. But that's not important right now. Because the hero combat, it is awful. Luke and Vader both have 2 swinging animations, and that's it. They're the heroes are so unbalanced. If you're playing if you want to just have some fun, or you gotta choose a few. Bosk, the best hero in the game by a mile. Vader can kill pretty much everyone, but he won't last as long as Bosk, so that's the main problem with them. Luke, kind of similar to Vader, except not as good because it's just the way it is. Darth Vader is just really overpowered. Both Luke and Vader, their push and choke, they just do damage, and that's it. There's like no animation or anything. Cool. And they're just so clunky, you're so slow. Even as Luke, where you can fly around the map, you can't do anything. You get stuck on walls, you can't dodge is the main thing. I didn't realize how much you needed a dodge in this game, but once you play Battlefront 2, oh my god, it's night and day. It's so much better. Oh, it's wonderful. It's great stuff. It's just so much more fluid. You're jumping around. Even as the blaster heroes in Battlefront 2, you still feel agile. Everyone feels like they have a stake. Even BB9E, who is garbage, does no damage, still can feel fun to play on a map where you can knock people off. He does like no damage, but he's still fun. Every hero in Battlefront 2 is worth playing, and if you get used to it, everyone can be playable. Battlefront 2015, no, none of that. It's just not as much in the slightest. It still is fine, but it just isn't evolved enough. It just still needs a little bit more refining. And that's just the main thing Battlefront 2 has over it. It's more refined. It has the stuff that Battlefront 2015 set in, and then it actually does it, instead of just saying, this could be it. And that's usually what you should want from the game, you know? Or am I crazy there? I feel like I might be a little bit crazy. But again, Battlefront 2, let's talk about its lifetime post-launch. It goes crazy. Loot box is gone after a few months. The skill point system comes in. You can actually get star cards now. You can actually have progression. It's great. It's good stuff. You get new maps. You get Geonosis. You get John Graves. You get Kenobi. You get the other guys. Anakin, whatever. I don't need to explain it all. You know that stuff. You get 8 more heroes as well. Except you already had 12 to start with? Yes, 12. So now, wait, no, my math's off. But whatever, there's 22 by the end of Battlefront 2's lifetime. That is just so much more. That is just, I mean, the main thing why there's 22 heroes is it's not just being original trilogy. It's got so many more horizons to look into. Felucia, you see one scene of that in Episode 3, and then they make this entire map. I mean, you see it in the Clone Wars, but not everyone watches that. And even still, you got this super good detailed map. All the maps in this game slap, except the ones that don't, but are even still pretty good and on tier with some of the better Battlefront 2015 maps. They are just, everything goes so much harder. It's bigger, it's badder, it's bluter. I don't mean it's badder, I mean like bigger and badder, as in like a good thing, like bad, like, wow, that's I'm dying. Just like, that you understand, I'm sure. It's just Battlefront 2. I mean, this game, I kind of mentioned this earlier, it kind of gets old after a little while, but it's far longer. There's far more fun you can do with this. In one match of Capital Supremacy or Galactic Assault, you can play it in so many different ways. You can have so much fun just running around these massive maps. I honestly wish there was a game mode just where you could just walk around the maps with no enemies just for as long as you wanted, just to look at them, because they're so detailed, they're so good. They were in Battlefront 2015 as well, but they just turn it up to 11 here. Everything is bigger and better. So how can you make the comparison that Battlefront 2015 could be better than this? You're insane, Kotaku. Shut up. This game, good. Battlefront 2, 7 out of 10. I don't really know I don't know how I review these things. This is a weird video. I don't know if I'm gonna review them. Sure, I'll give Battlefront 2 an 8 out of 10, maybe more. I'm gonna review this like a movie. Where you can actually have low scores. I don't understand gaming scores because like you go to like Metacritic, every game has like 70 at lowest. Whatever, but I'm gonna give it Battlefront 2015 like a 6 out of 10, Battlefront 2 8 out of 10. Give those maybe plus or minus 1, doesn't change it. Battlefront 2 still on top, easy, boom bang boom, not even a question. But shut up. Kotaku, I better not hear any more stupid stuff from you. Okay, goodbye, end of video.